Hi lovelies, it's Lisa here from Mindful Tarot and I'm doing another video today. I wanted to do a quick video about decks that I am trying to find new homes for. So decks that I'm open for swapping um, or I suppose I'm open for selling them, but mainly I want to trade and hopefully find these guys a home. So starting with the Steampunk Tarot. Now, this is not the Barbara Moore Steampunk Tarot. This is one by John and Caitlin Matthews with illustrations by Will Kingen. It's a Tuttle edition. Um, uh, it's still in print. I haven't. It's not scarce or anything. I think it was a gift to me, and I just know that it's not resonating with me. Although the cards, the art looks really cool. But it's been just sitting in a drawer and it needs some love. So Steampunk Tarot, I'll put a link to, I'm trying to remember who it was. Someone did a video on it recently, and so you can see the cards in that. And I think there's an eclectic tarot review of it as well. It looks super cool, just not resonating with me. Similarly, amazing deck, but it's just sitting unused in my cupboard. So I want this to find a good home. So this is Eric Dunn's Tarot Illuminati. He's got a new deck out, Tarot Apocalypsis. You know, his work it's extraordinary. It's completely insane, over the top, delicious and delightful, but I'm just not playing with it. And so it should go to someone who will give it the love and attention it deserves. So this, you know, I've played with it a few times. I haven't done any serious readings with it. Again, it's just sitting unused. Beautiful book with full color pictures on all of the cards. And the cards themselves are, you know, just amazing. They're completely over the top, gilded, you know, extraordinary kind of like a stained glass window. And in fact, his whole idea about the deck is that these are like, you know, should be like stained glass, that the imagery is should just blow us away. Just the illumination, that it's like light pouring through a stained glass window. Everything that because the book itself is by Kim Huggins, it's really smart. It's a fabulous deck. So in fact, why am I giving it away? I'm just not, that's the title card. I mean, look at that Queen Elizabeth, the Queen of Swords. Brilliant Queen Elizabeth image of the Queen of Swords. I love it, but somehow I am just not using it. And it's, you know, it's too cool a deck to just sit unused. And I'm sort of putting it out there too, you know, like if someone wants to trade something, that's great. If they don't, then I'll just continue to hold on to it. Similarly, beautiful deck in pristine shape is the Alana Fairchild's Kuan Yin Oracle. If you're wanting to do work with the Divine Feminine, this deck may really speak to you. It hasn't really spoken to me. And part of that, I think, is, you know, I'm too... it's just not my vision of Kuan Yin. I mean, she's really beautiful, but I think for me, I have other images. Some of it might be partly being a Zen Buddhist as opposed to really this speaking to me. But it's beautiful. The book is really smart. It's one of these Blue Angel texts, so there's, you know, a substantial amount of writing, 44 cards. She needs a home. Kuan Yin needs a home. So there's Kuan Yin. Similarly, this is Colette Baron Reed's Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. And I think, you know, partly this is, I'm not so much of an oracle person. This was a gift to me, and it's not speaking so much. It's open. It's open, but barely. I haven't even flipped through the cards. So you know, super cool. Very powerful, I think, if you're working with the feminine. What does it say on the back? Imagine, before the written word, the ancients established a divine partnership between humans and mystical hidden realms that bridge the worlds of nature and spirit. And I think there are some masculine images. The cards in this deck represent some of those realms, and they're queens and kings, princes, and other magical helpers. So this might really be just what you're looking for. I'm hoping to find it a good home. Similarly, and this is Kelly Fitzgerald's fault. It's all on you, Kelly. So she did a really inspirational video about these knowledge cards with artwork by Susan Seddon-Boulay. So there's the goddesses and the animal spirits. And these are pomegranate, you know, they're all sorts of different knowledge cards, but Kelly was demonstrating how these images really have a kind of powerful voice, and she's been using them for divination. So each card has text on the back, and just even pulling a card a day, you know, that they're so detailed and they're beautiful. I mean, the quality is really nice. They're glossy, but they're gorgeous. So, but I think just it's not really speaking to me right now, and so they're sitting unused. The Animal Spirits deck and this, and they were brand new when I got them. They're out of print, but I was able to find shrink wrapped, and I bought them, snatched them up, and now I'm not using them. So they need a home. They need a home. They need some love. So maybe you are the person who will love them. Okay. Two other decks also needing love. One is the Universal Waite, and I love this deck. I actually love this deck. But I ended up buying a vintage version of it, which has slightly creamier cardstock, a little bit more matte, really very, very similar. Not so different from the new version. The new version is a little bit more glossy, plasticky, but still is really nice. But I don't need to. So this is very gently used. The white book still in pristine shape. And these cards, so just there's some confusion about these cards out there. So let me be really clear. This is Pamela Coleman Smith's artwork. It's her line drawings. But like all of the cards that have come out, all the Rider-Waite Smith cards, the coloring isn't hers. The coloring is part of the printing process. And in the Universal Waite, which came out in 1990, Hanson Roberts, what's her first? Mary Hanson Roberts, recolored from the line drawings that are Pamela Coleman Smith. She recolored using, I think, colored pencil. So it's very soft and lots of gradation. She recolored all of the cards. So, you know, each card has Pamela Coleman Smith's signature in it because it's her artwork, but it's just the coloring, which is soft and muted, is Mary Hanson Roberts. And so the cards have a different feel. They're more nuanced, but they have, you know, the same titles, the same drawings, a little bit cleaned up like we're used to in the Sun. We're used to an extra squiggle here. I won't be able to find that quickly, but which comes from the C, the Pam C version that came out in 1920 to 31, I think, was when Moe's were. So we're used to more cross-hatching in the banner and then this extra squiggle up here. So these are cleaned up a little bit, but they're essentially the same artwork of the Rider-Waite Smith deck with different coloring. It's a great deck. It's the deck that I learned the Rider-Waite Smith system on. Well, that and the Centennial version. I love it, but now I have two. I don't need two. This one is in great shape, so maybe you'll want it. Similarly, One of my earliest tarot decks was the Aquarian Tarot, and I had a 1980s version of it, and I don't know where it went. And so when I replaced it with what is available now, and it's this one, and it's okay. You know, it's a little bit more glossy and plasticky than I like, but the artwork is exactly the same. The dimensions are the same. There's a white border on the back, which is the modern version, probably because it's easier to print that way. It's okay. I was glad to replace it. I'm really, really, really happy to be able to pass this version on, which is, you know, in extremely great shape because I barely used it because I bought myself a vintage version. Actually, I have a couple of them. Actually, I have 3 of them because I'm a little bit obsessed. So I have a vintage version. This is actually probably the same vintage as the one I originally had. This is, you know, mid to late 80s. But this one needs some home, needs some love. So, you know, these are not scarce, obviously, but if they're of interest to you and you want to swap, you want to talk about it, let me know. So those are all my decks that I want to find new homes for. Please, please, maybe you'll want them. Take them. Let me know. Okay, bye.